Welcome back to World Information HD channel. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We are diving into the world of United States coins, specifically the humble Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think a penny is just a penny, right? But what if I told you that in your pocket change, in your old coin jar, or maybe in your grandparents' collection, there could be a single penny worth not hundreds, not thousands, but millions of dollars? That's right. These little copper coins are not always what they seem. Some rare Lincoln pennies have been auctioned for astronomical prices because of minting errors, low mintages, historical importance, or being struck in the wrong metal. So get ready, because here are the top 6 most expensive and rare Abraham Lincoln 1-cent pennies worth millions of dollars. And make sure to stick around until the very end. Number 1 on this list is so rare and valuable, it has become a legend in the numismatic world. Let's get started. Today, we're diving into a very special and often overlooked coin that could be sitting unnoticed in your jar of pennies or old coin stash. We're talking about the 1987 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard that right. A penny from 1987 that could be worth as much as $2,300 in today's market. Make sure to watch this video until the end because I'll tell you how to identify this valuable penny, why it's rare, what errors to look for, and how much it's selling for right now in 2025. You don't want to miss this. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, and the design featuring Abraham Lincoln has remained iconic for over a century. In 1987, these coins were struck using a copper-plated zinc composition, a change that was made in 1982 due to rising copper costs. The obverse features the classic bust of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse still bore the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo in 1959. Now, here's where things get interesting. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1987 did not carry a mint mark. That's standard practice for Philadelphia pennies of the time. But certain examples from this year have become extremely desirable due to specific characteristics and collector demand. You may be asking yourself, if 1987 pennies without a mint mark were normal, why is this coin worth so much? Great question. The 1987 no-mint mark penny we're discussing today is not just any regular penny. It's valuable for a few key reasons. First, exceptional mint state condition. That means the coin is in pristine shape, with no wear and full original luster. Second, there are some coins with rare die errors, which can dramatically increase the coin's value. And third, there's a limited number of high-grade examples known to exist, especially with unique errors or sharp strikes. Collectors go crazy for this combination of high-grade preservation and rarity. Now, let's talk about errors. The real jackpot is finding a 1987 no-mint mark penny with a die error. These are minting mistakes that occurred during production and include things like double die obverse, DDO, where Lincoln's profile, the date, or the motto, "In God We Trust," appears double dot off-center strike, where the design is not centered properly on the coin. Die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs of metal caused by breaks in the die.BIE error. A vertical die break between the B and E in Liberty that looks like the letter I. These errors make your coin significantly more valuable, often turning a 1-cent coin into a small fortune. So how do you know if your 1987 penny is worth money? Here's what to check. Check the date. It must be 1987 with no mint mark under the date. Look at the condition. The coin should have no scratches or signs of circulation. A bright red luster is ideal. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to spot doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or the BI error. Weigh your coin. A standard 1987 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. Anything significantly over that could be a minting anomaly, and possibly valuable. Now let's talk real money. As of this year, in 2025, some high-grade, mint-state 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have sold at auction for serious money. INMS 67 red condition. That's a near-flawless coin with bright copper coloring. One example recently sold for an impressive $2,300. Even lower grades like MS65 can fetch between $50 and $200. depending on eye appeal and overall preservation. But if your coin has a rare error, especially something dramatic like an off-center strike or a double die, the value can go even higher, up to $3,000 or more, depending on the buyer. If you think you have a valuable 1987 no mint mark penny, here are some tips to preserve and sell it. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy its value. Store it in a protective holder or coin flip. Get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This gives your coin credibility and increases its marketability. Research recent auction sales or check eBay's sold listings to estimate its potential worth. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or attend a coin show for more opinions. So there you have it, treasure hunters. The 1987 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny may just be one of those hidden coins in your collection that's worth far more than face value. With mint state quality and the right errors, this humble cent could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. Don't overlook your change jar. Check those pennies closely, because even modern coins from the 1980s can be worth a small fortune today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on updates about rare and valuable coins you could find in everyday change. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting and keep checking your pockets. Today's video is going to blow your mind, especially if you've got a sharp eye and a little bit of luck. We're diving deep into the world of the 1989 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that millions of people have in jars, drawers, or tucked away in old change. But what if I told you that some of these seemingly ordinary 1989 Lincoln cents could actually be worth up to $2,500? That's right, $2,500. Not bad for a coin you might have gotten in change for a candy bar. So buckle up, because we're going to explore everything: the history, the errors, the values, and how you can spot one of these extremely valuable pennies. In 1989, the United States Mint produced over 7.2 billion Lincoln pennies at the Philadelphia Mint. That's billion, with a B. These coins do not have a mint mark, which is completely normal for coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. So if your 1989 penny doesn't have a mint mark, that alone doesn't make it rare. But here's where it gets interesting. While most of these coins are only worth 1 cent, a select few have something special, either a rare error, a high-grade condition, or a combination of both. And when collectors come across coins like these, they're willing to pay thousands of dollars to get their hands on them. Let's talk about the key features of the 1989 Lincoln penny. The front of the coin features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln, just like all Lincoln Memorial cents from 1959 to 2008. The inscriptions include the words, "In God We Trust." Across the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the year, 1989, to the right. Now flip it over, and on the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial Building, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. The inscriptions on the back include, "United States of America, et pluribus unum," and 1 cent. But now let's get into what makes some of these coins worth serious money. First, the errors. Some 1989 pennies were struck with dramatic mistakes that occurred during the minting process. These are the coins that collectors go wild for. Let's go over some of the most valuable 1989 penny errors to look for. Number 1. Off-center strike error. If your 1989 penny was struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing or shifted toward one side, it could be worth anywhere from $50 to over $300 depending on how severe the error is. A 50% off-center strike with a clear date can sell for big bucks. Number 2. Double die error. While a verified 1989 double die penny is extremely rare, a strong doubling in areas like the words, "Liberty," or "In God We Trust," would drive the value sky high. If you spot one with clear doubling, it could be worth several hundred or even thousands of dollars. Number 3. Broad strike error. This happens when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, resulting in a larger, flattened edge. These errors can fetch anywhere from $100 to $300. Number 4. Clipped planchet error. This is when part of the coin is literally missing because the blank was clipped during the punching process. A genuine clipped planchet error from 1989 can be worth $75 to $250 or more, depending on condition. Number 5. Struck on the wrong planchet. Occasionally, a Lincoln cent might be struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, like a dime. If you find a 1989 penny that's smaller or thinner than usual, it could be one of these ultra-rare errors, and some of these have sold for over $1,000 at auction. Now let's talk about coin grading, because this is where values really skyrocket. If you've got a 1989 Lincoln penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth a lot more than face value, even if it doesn't have any visible errors. We're talking about mint state condition, graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A 1989 penny graded MS67 red, that's mint state 67 with a full red color, has sold for as much as $2,500. That's the magic number. Coins with perfect strike, brilliant color, no scratches, and full luster are extremely hard to come by, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. Here's a quick breakdown of possible values. Circulated average condition, still worth 1 cent. Uncirculated MS60 to MS63, $1 to $5 MS64 red, $10 to $25 MS65 red, $50 to $150 MS66 red, $200 to $400 MS67 red, $1,000 to $2,500. So how do you know if your penny is one of the valuable ones? Here are 5 quick tips for checking your 1989 penny. Inspect the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling on the lettering or numbers. Check the edges. Is the coin off-center? Is it clipped or oddly shaped? Look at the color. A bright red penny in mint condition is far more valuable than a brown one. Weigh the coin. A standard 1989 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it weighs significantly less or more, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. Consider grading it. If your coin looks flawless, send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. That $30 grading fee could turn your penny into a $1,000 payday. You might be wondering, why would a coin that was mass-produced by the billions be worth thousands? It all comes down to scarcity in condition and collectible demand. Even with billions produced, only a handful survive in flawless condition or with unique mint errors. That's what makes them rare. That's what makes them valuable. So the next time you're going through spare change, pay extra attention to your 1989 Lincoln cents. You could be holding a $2,500 treasure in your hand and not even know it. Before we wrap up, here's a real-life example. In a 2023 auction, a collector bought a 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln penny graded MS67 red by PCGS for over $2,300. Another example of an off-center strike error from the same year sold for nearly $500. These coins are out there, and they are being found in pocket change, estate sales, and old coin jars. So go check your coins, and let us know in the comments if you find a rare one. You never know when that one little penny could change your life. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked yet extremely valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Yes, we're talking about the 1992 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Believe it or not, this tiny copper coin could be worth up to $1,900 or even more, and most people don't even realize they might have one sitting in their change jar right now. So grab your coins and let's take a closer look, because this episode could literally change your fortune. Let's start with a little history. The 1992 Lincoln penny is part of the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. These coins feature Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1992 version particularly valuable is not just its age. It's a rare variety known as the 1992 Close AM, and more importantly, when it's missing a mint mark, that's where things get interesting and profitable. Now, normally, in 1992, pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint and did not carry a mint mark, or at the Denver Mint, which used a small D mint mark. So a 1992 penny with no mint mark is usually normal, right? Well, not exactly. There's a specific and rare version of the 1992 no mint mark penny called the Close AM variety. and this little detail changes everything. Let me explain. On most 1992 pennies, if you flip the coin over and look at the word America on the reverse side, the letters A and M are spaced apart. They don't touch. But on the rare 1992 close AM variety, the A and M in America are almost touching or barely separated. This design was actually intended for coins starting in 1993, but due to a die mix-up at the mint, some 1992 pennies were accidentally struck with this reverse. This error made it out into circulation in extremely low numbers, making the 1992 close AM penny one of the rarest and most valuable varieties of all Lincoln memorial cents. Combine that with the fact that it has no mint mark, and you've got a true rarity in your hands. So what's it worth? In recent years, examples of the 1992 close AM no mint mark penny in excellent condition have sold at major coin auctions for serious money. One such coin, graded in high mint state condition by PCGS, fetched a staggering $19,000. Yes, you heard that right, $19,000 for one penny. But not all coins need to be in perfect condition to be valuable. Even circulated examples with somewhere can still bring in hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on the condition and the buyer. Right now, the current market value for a circulated but confirmed 1992 close AM no mint mark penny can range from $500 to $1,900 or more. That's a huge return for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. So, how can you tell if you have this coin? Here's what to do. Step 1. Grab a magnifying glass or coin microscope. You'll need it to see the small details clearly. Step 2. Flip the coin over and carefully examine the word America. If the A and M are close together or nearly touching, you might be holding a 1992 close AM. Step 3. Check the front of the coin for the mint mark. If there is no mint mark at all, then you're one step closer. If you think you've found one, don't clean it, don't scratch it, and definitely don't spend it. Instead, consider sending it to a trusted third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grading can confirm authenticity and give it an official grade, which can drastically increase its value. Collectors across the country are searching for this penny every day, and because so few are made, demand is only going up. Imagine finding one of these in a roll of pennies from the bank or tucked away in a jar at home. That's why it pays to look closely. Now let's talk about what adds to the coin's value. 1. The close AM design on a year that shouldn't have it. 2. The absence of a mint mark, which points to it being struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And 3. The overall condition of the coin. Coins with strong luster, no damage, and clear details are always worth more. There are also some common mistakes to avoid. Don't confuse the 1992 close AM with the wide AM, which is the common version. The difference may be small, but when it comes to value, it makes a massive difference. Also, don't mix it up with the 1992D close AM, which is also valuable, but the no mint mark version is even rarer. So what's the takeaway? Always check your change. Always inspect old penny rolls. And always know what you're looking for. Because this 1992 no mint mark Lincoln penny, especially with the close AM, is a sleeper treasure in the world of coin collecting. Its small size hides its massive value. If you're a collector, this is the kind of coin that can complete a set or become the crown jewel of your collection. And if you're just a curious hobbyist or even someone new to numismatics, finding one of these could be your golden, or copper, ticket to an amazing payday. That's it for today's video on the 1992 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth up to $1,900 or even more. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across one of these rare pennies or if you'll be checking your coin jars tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and how you can profit from everyday currency. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. You never know what treasures are hiding in your pocket change. Today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into the world of modern Lincoln pennies, specifically the 2018 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin that has shocked collectors across the country by reaching a jaw-dropping value of $1,300 in the current coin market. That's right, a coin you might have in your pocket right now, one that was minted just a few years ago. could be worth over $1,000 if you know exactly what to look for. So make sure you watch this video until the very end because we're going to cover everything from how to identify this rare coin to what makes it valuable, and how you can cash in if you find one. Let's get started. In 2018, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln 1-cent coins. These coins were released into general circulation and featured the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design created by Victor David Brenner all the way back in 1909. On the reverse, the shield design introduced in 2010 continues to symbolize Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a unified country. Now, most 2018 pennies are common. But here's the twist. A small number of 2018 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have surfaced with extraordinary errors and conditions that make them highly collectible. These coins, when certified and authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for hundreds and even over $1,000. So why is a 2018 penny without a mint mark selling for $1,300? Let's break it down. First of all, the no mint mark doesn't necessarily make it rare. Pennies minted in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark. That's normal. So if you have a 2018 penny without a mint mark, that's expected, but that's not what gives it value. The real value comes from something much more specific: coin grade and mint errors. A coin's grade refers to its physical condition. This includes luster, sharpness of detail, and absence of damage. A 2018 no-mint mark penny in mint state 68 or higher, that means it's nearly flawless and has never been in circulation, can bring huge money at auction. Why? Because out of the billions of coins minted, only a very small number are preserved in such pristine condition. In fact, one such 2018 Lincoln penny graded MS68 read by PCGS sold for around $1,300 in recent auctions. That's right, over $1,000 for a modern penny that originally cost just 1 cent. Now let's move on to errors and varieties, the second major factor that can make a 2018 penny worth serious cash. Error coins happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. These mistakes can be incredibly valuable, especially when they are dramatic and rare. Some of the most valuable 2018 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies have featured errors like doubled die obverse, where the design elements on the front of the coin appear doubled. This can be especially noticeable in Lincoln's eye, the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." Other error types that collectors are hunting for include off-center strikes, die clashes, floating roofs, cut breaks on the rim, broad strikes, missing design elements. If you have a 2018 penny with one of these errors and it's in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a coin worth hundreds or even over $1,000. Let's talk about what you need to do if you think you've found one of these valuable coins. First, carefully examine the coin under magnification. Look for any signs of doubling, unusual design breaks, or off-center strikes. If your coin looks like it could be special, it's time to get it graded. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will authenticate and grade the coin and give it an official designation that can help it sell for top dollar. Once your coin is graded, you can list it for auction on platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions, or sell it to private collectors and coin dealers who specialize in rare modern errors. So let's recap the key points. The 2018 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is common, but certain coins graded MS68 or higher are very rare and can sell for over $1,300. Error coins from 2018, like double dies, off-center strikes, and die clashes, can be worth hundreds or thousands. Always have your coin professionally graded if you suspect it's valuable. Watch for high luster, clean surfaces, and rare minting mistakes. And here's a little bonus tip for our viewers. When you're searching through pocket change, always flip over every penny and examine it in good lighting. Modern pennies, especially from 2017 to 2020, have been showing up with surprising and collectible errors. Just because a coin is new doesn't mean it's worthless. So if you have a 2018 penny in your collection or pocket right now, don't overlook it. That little coin could be worth far more than face value. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2018 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. If you learned something new or enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with other coin lovers, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more rare coin discoveries, valuable tips, and collector updates. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video, because the next penny you find could change your life. Today's video is going to leave you stunned, because we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern pennies in recent years. Yes, I'm talking about the 2020 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny that has surprised collectors all over the country. Believe it or not, some of these coins are selling for over $1,500 depending on condition, errors, and collector demand. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore why this seemingly ordinary penny might be a hidden treasure in your pocket or coin jar. Let's begin with a little background history on the 2020 Lincoln penny. The obverse, or front, of the coin features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic design has remained a staple in American currency for more than a century. On the reverse side of the 2020 penny, you'll find the Union Shield design, which was introduced in 2010 and represents President Lincoln's preservation of the United States as one single unified country. Now, the 2020 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why there's no visible mark like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. This is completely normal for Philadelphia pennies. However, what isn't normal are the varieties, errors, and high-grade conditions that are making this coin extremely valuable in today's collector market. So why are some of these 2020 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies worth up to $1,500 or more? Let's break it down into three important categories. Number 1. Mint errors. This is where things get really interesting. Error coins are like rare collectibles that slip through the cracks of the minting process. Some of the most valuable 2020 Lincoln pennies have wild and obvious errors that can be seen even without a magnifying glass. Examples of these mint errors include die cracks, where the die used to strike the coin develops a crack, leaving raised lines on the coin's surface. Off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned and parts of the design are missing. Double die errors, where the design appears to be doubled. Especially noticeable on Lincoln's face, the date, or the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." Cuds or retained die breaks, blobs of metal that show where part of the die broke off. One example that went viral in the coin community was a 2020 penny with a dramatic off-center strike, combined with a die break near Lincoln's shoulder. That coin sold at auction for over $1,500. Number 2. High-grade coins. Now let's talk about condition. In the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, grade is everything. A regular 2020 penny in your change might only be worth a cent, but if that same coin is in perfect or near perfect condition, it becomes a high-demand collectible. The grading scale for coins goes from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. Coins that are certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC and have been graded MS67, MS68, or MS69 can sell for hundreds and sometimes even over $1,000 depending on buyer interest and rarity. In fact, a 2020 no-mint mark penny graded MS68 with beautiful red luster and no contact marks sold for around $1,500 in a recent online auction. These coins are incredibly rare in that high of a grade, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own one. Number 3. Collector demand and market buzz. Another major factor driving up prices is the current coin market demand. More and more people are getting into coin collecting, especially younger generations looking for fun and profitable hobbies. This increased interest creates higher demand for modern era coins and flawless high-grade specimens. Since the 2020 penny is a relatively new release, many collectors are racing to find the best examples while they're still in circulation. This demand pushes prices up, especially for rare era coins or coins in nearly perfect condition. Social media, YouTube, and coin forums have also played a big role. Viral posts and videos about rare 2020 pennies have made more people check their change, leading to bidding wars at auctions. Coins that may have sold for $200 just a year ago are now being listed for thousands of dollars. So, what should you do if you find a 2020 Lincoln penny without a mint mark? First, check it carefully under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Look for any signs of doubling in the text or portrait off-center design cracks, blobs, or raised metal where it shouldn't be. Discoloration or unusual features. Then check the condition. Is the coin bright and shiny? Free from scratches or wear? If it looks like it just came from the mint, you might have something special. If you think your coin is rare or valuable, the next step is to send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. Having your coin graded and authenticated increases its credibility and resale value tremendously. In conclusion, the 2020 no mint mark Lincoln penny may seem ordinary at first glance, but some of them are turning out to be absolute treasures. Whether it's due to a dramatic mint error, pristine high-grade condition, or just strong collector demand, these coins are selling for up to $1,500 or even more in certain cases. So don't ignore your change. Every time you get a handful of coins, take a moment to sort through them. You never know, you might find a coin worth far more than just 1 cent. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more rare coin finds and valuable collectibles.